A-long has already been obtained. Same goes for A-short, but Zeek doesn't see a thing. Man is now taken out of the equation. Same goes for cNed. A dramatic start over on the side of A, but BONECOLD continues to join the party. Angel's just coming around, switches it over to the Ghost. That's exactly the extra equipment you want. As so Angel at least gets one. Spike's on the ground. The pressure is high. The chaos already ascended down to the side of A. And you see it right there. BONECOLD and Kiles just waiting it out at that point in time.
They're taking this very carefully because this is a winnable fight. There are a couple of players low on health, but dimasick winning out. Now it's just a 1 versus 2. Kiles. Lots of the weird stuff in the trilogy of Star Wars, the prequels. But anyway, he's going to make his way in onto the site. Another buy-up. There's been a few of those, and that Guardian does find a little success for Angel. He's traded out from the Marshal, and Acend making this work. A nice little peek out of Zeek to catch on to the back of that C site. The Hot Hands is going to create a bit of space to allow the spike to go down, and a dash, maybe not expected from cNed, manages to take a close aggression against Zyppan, but Zyppan's gifted a kill, and now it's a 2 versus 3 in favor of Acend.
Yeah, cNed though knew what's good. He wanted to pick up that Guardian. Still, it's not good enough at that point in time. Sipping whiffing like that.
4 players placed over on the C site. A camera very far back, playing in a few smokes. It seems that Acend are mostly going from B to A, so Shao, to be on his best behavior, is going to have to repeat all of this carefully, as the spike is going to go down on this B site.
One of those bomb sites that most teams don't enjoy that much. They still obtain control over that, and Angel, in the meantime, still going to be eliminated by cNed. Now they take a lot of room actively, and as Acend have to hold down 2 gates with even a Cypher lurking around. starxo's not even checking his corners, but thankfully he got a Guardian Angel named cNed in this course, and he's already on the quad. He wants the ace desperately. He's not going to get that one this time around, as Shadow is still having a great time with the take in the meantime on mid. And
he's going to peek it.
They can at least pincer it, but yeah, he's going to peek it. The recurring theme of the Guardian presented to you by Ryan Central, but in the meantime, it's at least something that dimasick could do about it if he's just not checking the corners according to plan. I mean, I understand that he's doing it that way, but nevertheless, a costly round for FPX at this point in time, and it's not like it seemed that they put up a proper fight in this one, Ryan.
Yeah, Shao again just wasn't sure how he wanted to play that. I thought that FPX, under that amount of pressure, were just going to play off the site, play for a full 5v5 retake, use these guns, get a kill so the neural theft can be used potentially. But Shao just caught in no man's land. Nobody anywhere near to trade or stop the plant going in. So a round gifted to Acend from FPX there. Now they might be forced to eco again. cNed, nicely done. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the Autobahn already today, to be honest.
I was driving the car here, so don't worry.
It had to come in at some point. But there's not really a good metaphor for this. FPX have done well, but now they're not. But this is a nice little response. They come out in numbers, and the Rolling Thunder that you highlight from Shadow does come through. It attaches onto Zeek, who, with the Blaze, is going to buy himself some time. cNed does a lot of damage to Shadow, and Zeek is there to follow up. The 2-timer is able to get those openings, and it's still winnable for FPX. The spike hasn't been planted. That's why we're taking it so patiently. But Angel sees the butt of the gun there from Zeek. He's actually going to get pushed by cNed just a little, and there's space for Shao to push, but he's so scared. He has to do this carefully. The 2 duelists holding on for Acend.
Maybe we'll see a bit of the haircut. And this might be just a harbinger of an A-side push. Patiently waiting in front of the gates of the site until Angel seemed to have an easy one, but cNed having the peeker's advantage. There's a perfect flashbang coming over the site, so well coordinated. But as BONECOLD also uses ult at the right time, where nobody's paying attention to heaven. Nah, I'm not going there.
Stood in an icon, you know, but it keeps going. It's unrelenting from Acend. At this point, I'm just thinking, stop, they're already dead, but FPX they have no control over this. They're trying to slow it down. There's some nice Cypher utility here to catch on to Zeek, but Angel tries to peek off of it and still dies.
It's crazy. I mean, at that point in time, it feels like, who are they fighting against? Is there anything that even can hold them up? Because you saw it. They wanted to take a quick A take, or it was maybe a fake previously, as they've done it on Acend yesterday. But nevertheless, they just absolutely capitalize on the control they have obtained. And starxo, knock, coming from this back. and stabbing both with ease. They're even pinning it towards garage. You see it on the minimap. It seems like they're very much aware that they split this position open that much. And the defensive mechanisms over on the C side, I mean, non-present.
Camera missed him.
How can he go so far?
The camera missed him.
No
Angel's not checking.
This is absolute disaster, Ryan.
dimasick had the camera in tunnels to check across it, but he wasn't looking at it at that point. He goes down as well. FPX not really able to find the information, over-rotating. They're looking incredibly sloppy, but somehow they've brought things closer. Zyppan, you picked up the raise. Let's see what you can do with it on Haven. There's no other satchels to find a spot, and it really doesn't do all that much damage. Zeek is holding on to the high ground a little. He's going to drop down and plant the spike. The Ultron is going to force cNed off this angle. He knows that Zyppan is still in garage, and this is a tough one to hold, but FPX are a bit slow on the approach. Oh my god.
There's got to be only one. Zeek could turn this one around as Phoenix. The newest edition of Acend.
Opening up the game early on, but Zyppan certainly has these last couple of rounds. Just making it a quick 5 versus 4 has done wonders for them. And last round of this half, and Acend still have a full buy, they have an operator, and they have a blaze zone ready to go.
And you have to say, cNed is an absolute beast, but it's not the crazy cNed we technically speaking know, which is not a bad thing because everybody of his team is absolutely chiming in. But in front of the gates of the A side, they're waiting. 2 tripwires that have already been put up, and Zyppan and Shao just wait for the right kind of timing. Caught together, tripwire. It's gonna come in, and this is gonna be very uncomfortable. Zyppan is not gonna be affected by it. Blind he is nevertheless, and Zeek's gonna take him out, and that obviously causes Shadow to now chime in, gets at least one of them. But Kiles, he's holding the defense. It's too strong. Acend are once more on it. But HP-wise, it's looking not so great. Everybody's pretty much wounded at that point in time. And as they're looking to still obtain control, it is one more man standing. Angel has to clutch it all on his own. The blades are just whirring around his head. Finds the first. The other 2 are low on HP. This might be just his clutch.
FPX are working their way towards a broadly open A site. It's just going to be BONECOLD keeping a very passive hold of it. They're hoping to play for a pure retake if they can. It makes sense considering all of the util that Acend have available to them.
And now they know that someone is coming from behind as they already play Zyppan to play the guard of that position, but no, they're actually rotating away and they're realizing, you see it on the minimap, they have heard that everybody's pretty much coming from B-Link at this point in time. And starxo and his utility so far pretty much perfect. 2 smokes have been planted. Zyppan taken out. starxo could still pop another flash, and that most definitely is the case. He sees the player just under heaven, but everybody's coming in.
There's 15 seconds left, and you get that info. A rolling thunder into C is certainly going to catch out starxo. He's going to be able to try and hold in, and Kiles has been here the whole time, and he's going to take a fight against dimasick, but loses it.
That is a duel that looked like it could have been done easily, but that ain't the case. starxo coming in, loses a bit of HP, but it could be the time for Zeek to now show what he's capable of doing. Can't even find the first. Unfortunate ending for him as he's absolutely flashed. And BONECOLD now could make the decision for his teammate. Just save this, mate. 17 points of health, impossible task ahead, and a rifle to be saved.
And another eco required for Acend. Really hasn't been that difficult, and it is important for starxo to be able to actually hold on to this gun if he can. Just having one gun for
control, and as you see, they're already standing in front of the gates of it. Flashbang that's coming in, and while the light is blinding, Acend might find their first finally, but no, I'm actually taking that one back. It's still man equalized. Kiles the only one standing actively, taking BONECOLD here as a support, but they just backed off. They don't care. Angel is just falling over to the A site, and he has heaven control. cNed must have heard it.
cNed's like played a little mini game. Like, is Angel gonna drop down? Am I gonna hit him? It's like his own form of aim practice. And literally, Angel is about to fall from the heavens. But no, he has really got into the head. He's taken 2 players hostage over on this A site. The problem is that these other 2 players on FPX are leaning towards this position. cNed, I feel like they could come from any angle and he's going to get this first kill. Shadow needs to be careful here. They're just going to peek out, and Angel tries to trade off of it. Oh my god, that's an insane shot from cNed. How does he do that?
You can't be doing that. It's absolutely insane, but away from that. They don't want to get that one too much in their head. Zeek's already out.
Kiles there with that stalling potential. I think he hasn't really done all that much to stop FPX once they get in on form. But starxo's there to help. Angel, yet again, playing the mind games. BONECOLD finds one, is trading out, but suddenly these numbers are coming in. Look at where dimasick is. He's managed to completely take that open site. And Elfeft is going to shut that position. Acend, no, it's going to be an A hit. But cNed's lurking in behind. He has the up, and he's about to find Shao potentially if he gets the right timing.
Specifically, Rolling Thunder. I mean, that thing is, if anything is getting critical, that should make a change. But as I say that, Shadow's gonna be the first one out. cNed is once more running to find the round for him. Of course, it's the Turkish Airlines player getting in high up in the sky, and Kiles is just...
He really isn't doing it. Like, it really is. Has the picture of the player frozen or not? Well, Zeek hasn't. He's on fire and he catches onto dimasick. Nightmares are continuing for FPX. He's bursting on out, but FPX, Shao is able to stop him with the op. But they're hunkered down into their own spawns at this point, and Acend have all the control they need.
They have all the control they need, indeed.
They're pushing for more as well. Look at starxo.
Yeah, indeed. And I gotta say, with cNed going on like this, is there any way you're Treef?
One enemy remaining.
Something like this. I just don't know.
You're out of this challenges. Come back next time when KO's going to be online. Not quite yet. Shadow is in a 1 versus 3 now. He's going to get the spike planted. He's not being pressed all that much, but BONECOLD is about to find him. Luckily, there's money for FPX and there's ultimates. There's plenty that you need, but you have to get 5 rounds to even bring this to overtime. Acend is sitting pretty. The Seekers is going to be used very early on. It's going to stop this pressure coming in. And the Hunter's Fury from Shao goes on to cNed, who has to jump to the sky to get out of there. And unfortunately, Shadow goes down. He was 1 away from having a Rolling Thunder. And there's no res, there's no stage, there's no way he's coming back into this one.
Nope. Under no circumstance.
I know exactly.
But they still continue to keep up the fight. Here's great information that has now been gained by BONECOLD and starxo. Gained all the information, and as they're in front of the gates of the seaside, they've conquered it. But it's again cNed who strikes. One more to